If you love that novelty fleece at JOANN Fabrics, this show is for you. Yes, JOANN is going all in on its new promotion called Fleecetastic. Yes, you heard that right, Fleecetastic. I guess along with Summerween, this is a new thing. Welcome to Sewing Report Live. I am Jen coming at you from Florida, and I hope everyone's having a great weekend. I know there's been a lot going on. There is a lot going on. We are going to talk about the latest from JOANN's. So yes, buckle up. This is a live show we do every Sunday night to talk about what's going on in the world of sewing and crafts. And tonight's sponsor, as usual, is the Sewing Report Etsy shop, where you can find fabric and sewing supplies. Guys, I've spent the last few weeks listing a ton of new fabric. So if you haven't been to the Etsy shop in a while and you're looking for some new fabric, you might want to check that out. I have quilting cotton. I have knit fabric. I've got rayon. I've got a new fat quarter bundle. I've got some D-stash fabric. We have lots of supplies. We've got sewing labels. We've got quilt binding spools. We've got marking pens. Lots of stuff for your sewing and quilting needs. So check it out. You can find the shop at sewingreport.etsy.com. And every order does help to support and operate this channel, as well as the main Sewing Report channel. You guys have been busy placing orders. I've gotten quite a few this weekend. I do want to give a heads up. Obviously, I am in Florida, and there was a hurricane that came by earlier in the week. Since then, our mail service has been a little bit spotty. So just a heads up. I'm hoping that the mail comes tomorrow. If not, I'm probably going to have to drive to the post office and drop off the packages, because I really don't want there to be a delay with my shipping times. So I totally get it. Well, my area was not really affected. There were a lot of other neighborhoods in the same area that have been pretty devastated, so I can understand why we may be having some issues with the mail. So I'm no surprise there. Also, a few quick housekeeping rules. If you're new here, you're watching live or on the replay, I greatly appreciate everyone commenting, participating in the chat. I do ask that you be kind, respectful to myself and everyone here. We don't do politics here, so this is a politics-free zone. No self-promotion, no links, no spam, none of that kind of stuff. You know, be cool. Be cool. All right, well, we've got a lot to get to this evening. We do. And by the way, I have to say, I get kind of a kick out of reading the JOANN news releases they've been putting out. It seems like it's the same PR person that's writing them, and they're kind of like, they're just kind of funny to read. Like, just the way they're written, I don't know. Out of the press releases I've seen between like JOANN and Michaels, I actually think Michaels has a better approach. As someone who used to read press releases as part of my job, I actually think Michaels, their PR team, is better with coming up with the like newsworthy angles. So we're going to take a look at the latest with JOANN's. All right, we got a few people joining us already. Hello, AS. Yes, we are totally fine, which is crazy. My house, like, we got a little bit of rain and we got some wind, but there was really nothing else. So that was kind of insane. Although the storm was kind of far away from us, and we were not in the direct path. Other parts of Florida definitely were, and what's the wildest part to me is that other states that don't normally get affected by hurricanes are the ones that are sustaining the most like devastating damage and loss, like Tennessee, Georgia, what's happening in North Carolina, I've never seen before. It's just, I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, you need to look at some of the videos and some of the photos coming out of North Carolina, because the people in North Carolina, oh my gosh, it's crazy there. If you do live in North Carolina, I hope you are safe. I hope you're okay, because like the people in that state, they were not expecting to get impacted by the hurricane, because that's not something they're used to. Like Asheville, North, you got to look at some of the pictures and videos. Look it up. It's like the flooding is like nothing it's just unreal. It's totally unreal. I feel awful for those people because they didn't know they had to be prepared for a hurricane in like the mountains of North Carolina. And I worked in news for about 15 years. You always see something that you never thought you would see before, and this is one of those instances where you're like, the mountains of North Carolina are being impacted by a hurricane that made landfall in Florida. I mean, it's just unreal. There's a lot going on. There is a lot going on for sure. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to let you know is that I'm probably going to be taking advantage of this particular promotion. Also, links to everything I talk about are going to be in the description box below. Some of them are affiliate partners, like, of course, my Etsy shop. Obviously, that's something I run. I'm also affiliate partners with the SewTites company. And I wanted to share this with you because this is actually a pretty good deal. So SewTites is coming out with a very cool looking magnetic self-healing rotating cutting mat. It looks pretty cool. Now I've got like a cheapo Fiskars one, but I'm probably going to be trying this one out and testing it out for the channel. And it is not the cheapest. I will say it's not the cheapest cutting mat out there, and that's why I'm kind of curious to compare it to the one I have. It's going to be round. But the SewTites magnetic cutting mats are like very, very heavy duty. I'll just say that. So they're coming out with this new cutting mat. And I was like, that's interesting. So it looks pretty cool. Because they did send me a regular magnetic cutting system. I like the boosters. They are also starting to sell smaller magnetic rulers. So they're doing this like crazy promotion that I want to tell you about. So all right, so there's two things. There's this bundle that's the rotating self-healing cutting mat plus a pack of the boosters magnets. Those are these little green things you see here. If you add this to the cart and then you add just the rotating cutting mat, so the rotating cutting mat is about $179. If you add both of those to the cart, the bundle, that's the $200 bundle, that's going to be free. I'm not joking. So they're giving you 2 cutting mats and then a 6-pack of the booster magnets for the price of just 1 cutting mat. So it's kind of like a buy one get one free special if you pre-order it. So it's a really good promotion. I was like, that's great. Again, they're not the cheapest items, I will say that. And I do have a discount code sewing report for SewTites, but I don't believe it will work for this particular promotion. But I do have a link in the description box. So if you are looking at the SewTites magnetic cutting mat, I mean, that's just a crazy deal. So yeah, so what you do here, I'll show you. So if I add this to my cart here, so if I add this rotating cutting mat to the cart, right? So you get $179. And then here is the pre-order bundle. So that says it's about $219. So if I add that to the cart as well, it ends up being free. I'm not joking. So it is a free. So instead of paying like $400 for all this stuff, you're paying $179. So it's a really nice promotion. They just want people to try out the new mat. I think it looks cool. They're also coming out with some really neat looking smaller rulers that are magnetic that you can use with the magnetic cutting system. I think it's cool that they're creating this whole ecosystem of magnetic products. You can also use these with your regular SewTites. So really great promotion if you were looking at this, but you're like, oh, and that's the thing, you can go in on this with a friend and then get, you each get a magnetic cutting mat and for basically half the price. So a really good deal I wanted to give you a heads up on. Again, I am a SewTites affiliate. I have purchased most of the products. I carry them in my Etsy shop. I am a fan of the brand. I think they make good products, and that's a really great promotion. So it's basically buy the rotating self-healing cutting mat, get another one, plus the magnetic boosters for free. So great promotion there, and I think that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, so we are going to get to the latest with JOANN Fabrics. I know everyone loves talking about JOANN Fabrics here, I swear. I know you guys are just really into it. So today, JOANN started a new promotional event, just the latest in a series of things they seem to be trying to do to, I don't know, like generate buzz, get more sales. I don't know, but I'm like, okay. So we got to take a look at what they're doing now. Because I was like, I just had to kind of laugh. I was like, okay. All right, so this was something they put out the other day. JOANN kicks off the holiday season with never-before-seen savings events to encourage customers to make blankets for gifts and giving. They're trying to get us all in on those fleece tie blankets. Are they ever? Leading fabrics and craft retailer offers lowest ever prices plus additional discounts to stock up and create for others. Because that's just what we need, is more of that blizzard fleece, right? I mean, look, I'm a Florida resident. I don't really need a ton of fleece. If you do, though, this is probably going to be the show for you. This is going to be for you. All right. JOANN, the nation's category leader in sewing and fabrics with one of the largest arts and crafts offerings, is kicking off the season of giving with several events focused on one of the coziest, easiest, and most popular fall DIY projects, blanket making. Starting September 29th, that's today, customers will enjoy the lowest fleece prices of the year during JOANN's Fleecetastic sale. I wonder if they've got that trademark, Fleecetastic. With blizzard fleece at just $3.75 per yard. During this doorbuster sale, families, couples, and those looking to give to charity can choose from a wide variety of quality fleece designs and make a unique blanket for less than $15. At first glance, this seems like they're trying to clear out some of the fleece inventory. Maybe that's just the vibe I'm getting. What about you? What do you think? Additionally, JOANN will be celebrating the giving nature of its customers and encouraging them to show the love, share the love through a blanket making in-store event, October 4th and 5th, with the entire stock of both fleece and yarn on sale. On top of Fleecetastic sale prices, all no-sew throw blanket making kits will be buy one, get one free. During this sale, customers can also save big on yarn with all skeins offered as buy two, get one free. To make the deals even more enticing, JOANN will offer its customers an additional $5 off any yarn or fleece purchase so they can create even more. This sale is kind of, I feel like it's a little complicated, you know? Wow. We know our customers love to create to give to others, and blanket making is an easy way to show someone else you care, said Chris DiTullio, Chief Customer Officer. Whether it is for a loved one who lives far away, a shelter for the unhoused, I guess they're trying to be PC with that one, or a local hospital, this is the season we see more and more customers making cozy handmade items for others. To recognize these handmade heroes, we are excited to offer the biggest savings ever on fleece and yarn so customers can stock up and make even more to give away. DiTullio continued. Additionally, I'm excited to announce that our customers can enter to win a $500 gift card by sharing pictures of their finished blankets on Instagram using a share the love, show the love. I'm kind of tempted to hijack that hashtag. I won't, but I'm a little bit tempted. JOANN has national partnerships with charities including Project Linus and Children's Miracle Network hospitals and encourages customers to donate blankets to these local chapters. Customers can find their closest store, including those of Project Linus collection points, all right, blah, 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 or conveniently shop JOANN's full assortment at joann.com or on the mobile app. Okay, so what do we think? Is this, are they just do you think they're just trying to get rid of some of the fleece? That's sort of what I'm getting. I don't know. That's just my theory here. But let me know what you think down in the chat here, or in the comments if you're watching on the replay. What do you think is the motive? Are they just trying to offload some of the fleece? Or maybe do they have more fleece coming in? Is it to make way for more stuff? Or is it maybe to clear out space for other types of inventory? I'm kind of curious. I got an email about this sale today as well. So let's take a look at the JOANN's website because, yeah, we're going to take a look at the website because they definitely are pushing this Fleecetastic event pretty hard here. All right, so this is what I found. Yeah. Make a blanket for just $15. Save up to 75%. Fleecetastic. So they have Blizzard fleece fabric, anti-pill fleece fabric, Luxe fleece fabric, Minky fleece fabric, and So Lush fleece fabric. By the way, this is all made of polyester, just to let you know. I know they kind of, that's one thing that kind of personally bugs me about, the marketing of some of these synthetic fabrics is that they don't, like, this is polyester, basically plastic. So this is not, this is not a natural fabric. This is not a biodegradable type of fabric. So just to let you know, all of this stuff is basically plastic. Again, I'm not totally anti-fleece or anything like that. I don't really sew with it a whole lot because it's really not my favorite type of fabric. And I also don't really live in an area where I really need a lot of warm fabrics like that. But it is kind of interesting how they will kind of hide. I feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like they sort of mask what this fabric actually is, which again is, it's plastic. That's what it is. This isn't really like a breathable material. It's not a natural fiber. It is literally plastic. So yeah, let's go back to the website here. Let's go back and check this out more. Let's see what they've got with the Fleecetastic event. What and why does it fit? What's with the make a blanket for? All right, I gotta check. What's with the make a blanket for $15? Like, I feel like you could make it for less than that price. And oh yeah, they've got the blanket kits. They've got solids, anti-pill, plush fleece, the blanket kits, blanket making. I mean, I feel like this is one of those fabrics at JOANN's you just can't escape. It's everywhere. You cannot escape the fleece at JOANN's. They have all of these very taste-specific novelty prints. I mean, again, I have nothing. Oh man, that Happy Value fleece. I wonder. The quality of that looks kind of questionable. And I still haven't tried out the Happy Value fabric yet. Oh man, the review, all right, we gotta look at some of the reviews on this because the reviews look kind of bad. Wow. All right, so so far they have two people gave it a 1 star. Oh, okay, this hurts. Poor quality, 1 star from Sapphire. Sapphire Moon, is that a real name? I feel like maybe that's like a stage name or, like a made up name. I'm very disappointed in JOANN for having this cheap material. It is of poor quality, too thin and rips. JOANN, please discontinue this fabric. That's a real glowing recommendation. Too thin to use from Trish. If I could give this 0 stars, I would. The fabric is so thin, super thin, cheap, and unusable. Okay, that doesn't look very promising. Wow. That does not look very promising. So this is the solid craft. Okay, it does say craft fleece, so it's clearly not really meant for any sort of serious sewing. This is for like the kids' craft projects, the no-sew stuff. Again, and this is sort of like what I mean. It's like they're trying to push like disposable sewing and crafting. It's like, make this thing, use it once, and then throw it away because this fleece quality is so poor that you're not going to be able, it's not going to last longer than one use. Yeah, so here's the fabric makeup. 100% polyester. Yeah, 100% polyester. And notice it's called craft fleece, and it doesn't say for sewing. So, oh, do not iron. Machine wash, normal cold, non-chlorine. I doubt you could even put this, let's be real, this is not going to survive one laundry cycle at all. Yeah, this quality, man, it does not look, this does not look great. I'm sorry. And that's the thing, if you want something that's going to last a bit longer, you're going to have to buy the more expensive fleece. Like the Luxe fleece fabric, the So Lush, that's probably a better quality. Will probably last more than one wash cycle. I've never tried the anti-pill fleece fabric. Is this any good? Oh, and of course they've got a fleece tie blanket tutorial. Oh yeah, they've got the tutorial so that you can make... They really want you to make these fleece tie blankets. I'm telling you. They want... Wow. Look at these... Yes, most of these prints I personally would not buy, but hey, there's something for everybody. That explains why these fabrics might not be moving, because they are very taste specific, and it's really dependent on what you like. Yeah, construction trucks. So this stuff is about $6.99 a yard. I wonder how much let's see how much the more expensive one is. Let's see what it is. Because they do have the more expensive fleece. Yeah, I just love how they've got the tie blanket tutorial pretty much freaking everywhere. That's funny to me. All right, so the So Lush fleece fabric. This is like this is probably the priciest fabric. Let's see here. Okay, all right, so this stuff is, yeah, so this is $9.99 per yard. So this is probably going to be okay, maybe even not. This review, wow, these reviews are all over the place. They gave this a 1 star. Some of it people seem okay with, some of it not so much. All right, let's take a look at this Christmas tree one. It's for the holiday blanket project. This is by Pop. And that's one of their in-store brands, the Pop brand. So this is their So Lush. This does look slightly better quality. This probably can go in the washing machine without it getting destroyed. Again, still polyester. Slightly better reviews. Okay, these people seem to like this a lot more. Okay, so if you're going to buy the fleece... Actually, this is a really cute photo. That's a neat... If you're going to buy the fleece, you definitely need to, like, spring for the better stuff at JOANN's. Check the reviews. Some people... Yeah, some of it definitely seems better than some of the others. So, this is the JOANN Fleecetastic sale. JOANN's wants you to make a bunch of fleece blankets for the holidays to donate, to give as gifts. They are really... this to me just seems a little desperate. Like, please guys, we need to sell all of this fleece fabric. Please help us by buying this fabric because we need to get rid of it. That's what this screams to me. I don't know about you. Let's take a look at some of the comments here. All right, nobody wants any more fleece. You know, I do get some comments on these from people saying they buy the fleece. So there are people out there that really do like to buy fleece. I'm not personally one of them, but they definitely exist. I think they're all in on the fleece thing. They've lowered themselves down to the level of the typical craft store. Well, thank you, Denise. Agreed. Even the recycled fleece still sheds microplastics. Good point there. Yeah, even if it's recycled, it's still plastic. Like, it's still just plastic. That's what it is. And the thing that annoys me the most about sewing with, like, fleece or minky, it's one of my least favorite fabrics to sew with, is because when you cut it, it sheds everywhere. There's little bits of it. You cannot get rid of it. No matter how much you vacuum or lint roll, like your carpet, there will be fibers from that fabric in your house forever. It's like glitter. You just cannot clean it all up. It's very difficult. Just very difficult. I think that is to get rid of fleece. Then to give it away so you feel good. Yeah, it's like I'm doing something good, so I feel good. Even though I'm giving somebody basically a plastic blanket, I feel really good about myself. And again, there's nothing wrong with giving away fleece blankets. I just think you have to see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I prefer to give people stuff made of, like, cotton fat. Again, I'm more of, like, a cotton sewing person or, like, a natural fabric. I don't tend to sew with fleece a whole lot. I don't buy a lot of fleece. Again, occasionally I do use it, but it's really not, like, my top choice for sewing. It's just not. I'm just being real here. Yeah, they just have too much of it. That's probably why everything's like 75% off. They're probably like, how can we unload all of this fleece? Let's have a promotion and really push the sales. Also, the fact that they're trying to encourage you to actually, let's take a look at the social. I want to see. Let's take a look at the hashtag and see if anyone is using it. All right, we're gonna look. We are gonna look. Hold on a second. We're going to look to see if anyone is using the hashtag. All right. Wow, they're not even really promoting it on the JOANN's Instagram yet. All right, what was the hashtag again? It was like, show the love, share the love or something. Let me take a look. All right, I want to take a look at this hashtag and see if anyone is actually using it. Okay, share the love, show the love. Okay, let me put that into Instagram and see if anyone is actually doing this. Okay, yeah, there's like a few posts, but it's clearly not from the JOANN's promotion. It's just from somebody else, like, doing it. Okay, so, yeah, no one's really using the hashtag. I was just curious to see if anyone was doing it. But so far, they're definitely not. So, I'll be checking back to see, like, who is, you know, posting on social media under the hashtag to see if they're making their fleece blankets. Yeah, they must have massive amounts of fleece to unload. That's sort of what I'm thinking. But believe it or not, that's actually not the only news JOANN put out this week. They had another news release about their annual impact report. So let's take a look at this and see what is going on with their let's see what's going on at corporate HQ here. All right. JOANN releases annual impact report highlighting progress in support of team members, customers, and communities. JOANN, the nation's category leader in sewing and fabrics with one of the largest arts and crafts offerings, has released its 2024 Corporate Responsibility Impact Report as the company continues to harness the power of creativity to positively impact its team members, customers, and communities. Through its environmental, social, and governance, or ESG strategy, JOANN remains committed to operating as a responsible corporate citizen as a newly private company. As a creative business, we recognize the importance of using our platform to support the communities where we do business, champion diversity and inclusion, and contribute to a more sustainable future by embracing a key set of core values, said Ann Aber, Chief Legal and Human Resources Officer. Our ESG approach builds on our goal of continuously supporting and celebrating those who give back and inspire others to use their hands, hearts, and minds for the good of other people, our planet, and our communities. Interesting that they are putting this out at the same time that they are pushing fleece fabric. Isn't that kind of ironic? They're like, we're good corporate citizens and we are, good for the planet, while simultaneously selling plastic fabric. I do find that kind of funny that they are promoting and selling mass quantities of plastic, which is what fleece is, while they are patting themselves on the back for being like good environmental stewards. Can we not find the irony in that? I'm just saying. Just point that out. Don't come for me, JOANNs. Don't come for me. I do find that kind of, that's kind of funny. Oh boy. All right, so here's some of the key highlights. Communities. Giving back and harvesting, investing in the communities it serves has been integral to the JOANN mission from the beginning. In 2024, JOANN raised and donated more than $5.6 million to its charitable partners, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, Children's Miracle Network, a National 4-H Council, Susan G. Komen, and Kids Mental Health Foundation, formerly known as Honor Sleeves. Additionally, JOANN donated $100,000 through its Minority Creative Grant Program and more than $3.4 million in products to the Kids in Need Foundation. All right, the environment. Oh boy, environment. JOANN is committed to finding new ways to contribute to a more sustainable future, and minimizing its carbon footprint continues to be a key priority. Over the past 3 years, JOANN has worked with third-party experts to conduct the Scope 1, 2, and 3 greenhouse gas emissions inventory for its retail stores, corporate offices, distribution centers, omni-fulfillment center, and throughout its value chain. Additionally, JOANN continued its efforts to create more sustainable packaging and products, address textile waste, and promote circularity. And in FY24, 72% of private label packaging was made with a recyclable paper. All right, so just want to throw this out there. If they really want to make a commitment to the environment, wouldn't JOANN's promote less consumerism? Wouldn't JOANN's stop with the overload of crappy like home decor and low quality products they stock in the stores? Wouldn't they maybe try to help people, instead of providing all of this like cheap crap, stock higher quality products, higher quality materials, so that didn't get thrown away? I'm just saying that. They can do all of this like ESG, we're hiring third-party stuff they want. But one big way that JOANN could actually make an impact, just in my opinion, is encouraging people to buy higher quality items that are not disposable. Again, like that it's just kind of BS to me, because at the same time they're saying they're great for the environment and we're doing our part, they are selling that shitty happy value fabric that people are just throwing away. They're selling massive quantities of fleece fabric that is made of plastic. And they're also hawking all of this like very cheap quality home decor stuff, and they're constantly cycling through massive amounts of inventory of very cheap, just cheap shit. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. And I think a lot of us have an issue with that, because we want JOANN's to carry nice quality things at a decent price instead of the cheapest shit you can imagine made in China for 90% off. Like, I like, this is kind of ridiculous that that's just kind of ridiculous. I'm just gonna say that. Like, the happy value fabric is not the way. Selling all of that for $2 a yard is really going to contribute to more waste, because this is not stuff that people are going to keep. This is not high quality cotton fabric or high quality linen, or even like there are some more higher quality synthetic fabrics. That happy value craft fleece is just, like, not it. All right, we're going to go back to this. This is pretty, like, this is laughable. I'm sorry. This is just laughable. All right, team members, which, by the way, if you go to r/JOANN's on Reddit, the employee morale is, like, in the tank. If you look at people who actually work there. JOANN believes in creating an environment where all team members can be their authentic selves and contribute at their highest level. JOANN maintained a safe and healthy working environment. JOANN's focus on safe working environments helped reduce workers' compensation and indemnity claims by 34.7% year over year. Additionally, JOANN continued to cultivate, develop, and support diversity and inclusion in the organization. JOANN is proud to share 84% of team members identify as women, and the company continues to invest in training and career development for all team members. Now, from what I'm hearing from on the ground is that a lot of these employees at many stores, they're running on very skeleton crews. So there's not enough employees running for what needs to get done. To me, that seems like that would kind of go against JOANN's stores being a safe and healthy working environment. I don't know. All right, governance. JOANN refined its ESG oversight and governance structure by tailoring its ESG working groups to the evergreen core values. I don't even know what the F that is. Each working group includes a cross-functional team working in key areas relevant to the associated materiality topics to better integrate the evergreen priorities across work streams, and departments at JOANN. Oh my God. This just seems like a load of bullshit. I'm sorry, but I've worked at big companies where they have, like, stuff like this as, like, company things, but it was, like, totally meaningless. It's like nobody actually did the thing, and it was, like, just something they could say, but it wasn't something that was actually executed or really practiced within the company. It was just something they would say to, like, try to make themselves look good, but it was totally pointless. Evergreen priorities. All right, should we look at the corporate responsibility report? Oh boy. All right, okay, so this is their evergreen strategy. Oh geez. The mission of our evergreen strategy, my eyes are glazing over just looking at this. The mission of the evergreen strategy is to work every day to be a better corporate citizen than we were the day before. Oh Lord. Like, I'm sorry, this is a joke. Like, you cannot convince me this is serious. Like, this is just a joke. With over 800 store locations across 49 states and suppliers across the globe, we recognize that what we do at JOANN has the ability to impact, both positively and negatively, the environment and the communities where we do business. In 2022, JOANN launched our Evergreen strategy to support our efforts to minimize the potential negative impacts and accentuate the positive effect that we can have in the short, medium, and long term. We built our Evergreen strategy around people, our team members, and customers so that we can inspire creativity and help everyone to find their happy place, while also supporting sustainability and corporate responsibility. Oh boy. So this is their pillar. This looks like it was this looks like some sort of, like, one of those, like, consulting firms came up with all of this stuff. Creating an environment where all team members can be their authentic selves and contribute at their highest level. Okay, oh, this is just from the, basically what we just read. Minimizing carbon footprint by taking action throughout our own operations and those of our suppliers. Powering reusability with customers to the environmental responsibility to our greater purpose. Appealing to, inspiring, and supporting our diverse customer base and communities. Oh boy. All right, so here's some highlights from the report. Oh Lord, yeah. What do we think? Is this, like, just all BS, or are these people for real? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, this is just a joke. I cannot take any of this seriously. And I get kind of a kick out of looking at these news releases because they're just so, like, comical for me to read because they're so ridiculous. Like, I'm just like, this is just, it's like all this corporate speak. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just like, I don't know. Like, JOANN they never cease to amaze me at how, like, what they're coming up with next. And this is just the latest in their, I don't even know what they're trying to do now. All right. So where is the quality fleece found if not JOANN? Now, I will say, the more expensive fleece seems to be the, like, better quality fleece. So you can get some better fleece at JOANN's. It's just not the cheap. It's just not the stuff that's like the $2 a yard stuff there. I probably would stay away from that if you are trying to make anything that you want to last more than 5 minutes. That would probably, yeah. I only buy natural fibers and I use cotton fleece for my winter wear. It's easy to work with and does not shed. That's, I haven't looked at cotton fleece. Where do you buy? I wonder what the best places are to buy the cotton fleece, because I would prefer to buy cotton fleece. Let me look it up real quick. I didn't even know you could buy cotton fleece, but that sounds a lot nicer. Yeah, and I would want like 100% cotton fleece. That would be, and yeah, I would pay a little bit more for that. Like, I just don't. All right, it looks like there's a website called Core Fabrics that sells it. All right, so here's one website. Okay, it's kind of expensive, but it does look pretty nice. It's not cheap. It's $24 per yard. So, all right, I just found this website here. It's called, not sponsored or anything, Core Fabrics. Organic cotton fleece. Again, organic fabric is definitely more expensive. Cotton fabric is going to be a little bit more expensive. So yeah, they seem to have some. Yeah, I'm curious. This looks like nice. I mean, this looks nice. See, they do have. You can get nice fabrics. They're definitely not cheaper. Like, again, if JOANN's, that's my thing. Like, if JOANN's wants to commit to like being better environmental stewards, wouldn't they stock more fabric like that? Like, and maybe cut down on the inventory, stock less stuff, but better stuff, give people a good price. Like, that would get more people in the door, I think. I really do. I think that. My JOANN still doesn't have any garment or finished craft samples. They really should. I feel like they follow trends and don't set their own. I would agree with that. It seems like they're just like following whatever they see on social media. And you're right. Instead of being the leader in what's hot, they're like behind the curve and they're not in front of it. Yeah, I think that you're right, Denise. That's darkly funny. Yeah, fleece is, yeah, especially not the standard fleece, is not environmentally friendly. Yeah. JOANN, a DIY store, but selling already made crafts. I know, right? Like, that's the irony. Like, they're doing all of these things that don't make any sense. They really don't. Yeah. All right, good point, Rose Gold. Jen, to be honest, most of the products that we buy today is cheap quality. That's true, but but that's the point, is that JOANN's is doing that, but they're like, we're really environmentally friendly. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, just be on. Like, that's the thing. Just be honest about it. Like, just be honest that you are not helping the environment at all. People act as if they don't care that their clothes are made of non-breathable toxic plastic. We wonder why cancer. So, yeah. Just saying, yeah. Oh, this is what, OMG, if this was a buzzword drinking game, I'd be dead by now. Yeah, Denise, get out the alcohol, girl. And yeah, it's like all of those words, it's like, that's all they did was throw a bunch of corporate buzzwords into a press release and a report. And that's really all there is. Like, I mean, yeah, this is just, it's like, is this really all? This is it, guys. This is it. Thanks, JOANN. Thanks, JOANN's. Oh, boy. It's like they're pointing out all of this stuff they're allegedly doing while they're stocking all of the stores with just ridiculously, I'm sorry, some of the stuff at JOANN's is just comically cheap quality, like really bad quality. Like how, and then they're also promoting like endless consumerism, also not, I would say not really an environmentally friendly practice either. Just like buy stuff, it's like buy stuff all the time. No, like, you know, and again, I'm not against buying things. I'm not against some happy medium level of consumerism. You know, again, I feature products here all the time. I'm not against shopping or purchasing things. But what I am like kind of side-eyeing is JOANN's claiming to be, you know, doing their part for the environment while they're also simultaneously kind of doing the opposite, I guess, and then promoting, you know, they're just promoting hyper consumerism. That's just whack to me. They're promoting plastic fabrics, cheap fabric that won't last, so you're gonna have to throw it out. So again, that's also wasteful. Like, it's just, you can just go down the line, but it's just sort of comical that this is, they're trying to pretend that they are, you know, making a positive impact. I don't know. This is BS, yeah. You know, this is a good point, Jen. I think if they lean into upcycling and repair, yes. Like, lean into you know, maybe showing people how to, like, mend their clothes. Maybe they could do, like, in fact, that's something I'll probably do on my main channel. Again, and I just did this with, like, you know, I replaced the drawstrings on my sweatpants. Again, kind of a simple thing, but promote saving things, promote upcycling, promote mending your clothes, fixing your clothes, tailoring your own clothes. Like, you don't, instead of promoting the happy value, cheap ass fabric that looks terrible, which I will probably buy some for a video to review, but it does not look good. I mean, that happy value fabric just looks, it looks like really bad fabric. That graphic reminds me of my last work assignment for my IT team just before I retired. Yeah. I've seen, like, when I was at CNN, they had, like, that, like, every company has that kind of thing. And it's like, you just roll your eyes, and most of, like, what the corporate people don't understand either is that the people who are actually, like, the worker bees, they don't have the time to even think about that stuff or, like, try to, like, you know, work that into your day. You're just trying to, like, keep your head above water. And I really doubt that the people working at the JOANN Fabric stores have even a second to even think about that stuff, because they're just, you know, they're just worried about getting through the day and, you know, making it. Like, so that's what's sort of comical about all this, but in, like, a bad way. I do believe JOANN has lost their way. It's about money, not the craft. Yeah. Well, they're trying to tell us they're, like, good, you know, we're great. You know, we're great. It just seems, I don't know, it's like cope. It's like cope or cap or whatever you want to call it. It just doesn't seem real to me. And seriously, every time I see them come up with a new news release, I read it and I just kind of chuckle to myself, like, what new desperate thing is JOANN's doing this week? And there's always something. There is always something. All right, Denise says, yes, I agree. They could promote upcycling of garments. Yes, like, take stuff you already have, make it into something new. Embellishing jeans, jackets, or shirts into dresses. You need thread, notions, fabric. And that's the thing, yeah, you still, like, they can still sell things, you know. They don't, but they can do it in a way that is not promoting a crazy level of hyper-consumerism that's just totally wasteful, you know? I don't know. I mean, it's just, this is all just totally whack to me. What do you guys think? What do you think about, one, the Fleecetastic promotion, and then two, JOANN claiming to have, like, such a positive impact on all these areas? I just don't really buy it. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I do not. And again, this is why I'm probably not going to I'm definitely not going to be getting any JOANN sponsorship offers here. That's for sure. In fact, I'm probably going to have trouble getting sponsors anyways here on this channel. Let's be real. That's just the way it is here at the Sewing Report. They do not like me. Regarding recycling, there are upcycling craft stores opening up in some communities. Basically, donated craft supplies no one used or no longer wanted. And that's a good thing because all of us have a lot of stuff. Like I'm right now destashing some things in the Etsy shop. We could all just pass it on to a new home, And also, we could also try not to buy as much stuff. Again, I'm not saying don't buy anything ever. But I think we can reach a happy medium of, purchasing, purchasing things for enjoyment because we actually need that thing. And then just buying something just to buy it or because it was 90% off or whatever the hell JOANN is doing now. All right, I feel JOANN is just following the Hobby Lobby model. I won't buy the new store brand notions. Yeah. They don't seem to carry Dritz anymore. Okay, Denise, I've got some good news for you. And by the way, this company is now an affiliate partner, and you can find the link down below in the description box. But let me see here. There is a website called handicraft.com, and it's run by a bunch of the popular brands, and you can shop directly with them. So again, I am now an affiliate of Handicraft. So you can find the link in the description box to Handicraft. But this is basically like the company that basically the parent brand for the parent company for all these brands is now selling directly online. So you can buy Dritz, Omnigrid, Prym. I believe there's another brand. Let's see here. And I have a link in the description box. This is my link. So I am an affiliate now. Because I was like, oh, that's cool. They have an affiliate program. And you can purchase from, okay, yeah, it's Dritz, Omnigrid, Prym, Gutermann, and Lana Grossa. So those 5 brands, this is like the direct site to purchase from the parent company that owns all of those brands. So if you are looking to purchase, and they also have free shipping over $35 and free returns. So that's a pretty good deal. They've got a coupon code right now. So again, I am an affiliate. I'll put the link in the chat right now. But I am now a Handicraft affiliate, which is cool. All right, so I'll put the link in the chat here. So Denise, if you want to shop, and yeah, free shipping on $35 is pretty good. So yeah, there's the link to the Handicraft site. Check it out. Yeah, so they're now an affiliate. There's a coupon code. The prices aren't bad, and they have free shipping, so you don't have to go anywhere. But they've got and they have a lot of stuff I haven't seen elsewhere. So they've got elastics, they have dress forms, sewing storage, they've got sewing, knitting, and crochet items. They've got cutting mats, lots of stuff. So yes, and I'm now a Handicraft affiliate. So this is an official website. It's not some sketchy, weird third-party website. This is shopping direct from the company that owns the Dritz, Omnigrid, Prym, Gutermann, and Lana Grossa brands. Let's see if they have thread. I think let's see here. I feel like they do have, I wonder if they sell Gutermann thread, because a lot of people do like Gutermann thread. Okay, yes, they do. Looks like they've got some stuff here. Let's see here what they got. Okay, yeah, they've got tons of stuff. Okay, they are, and it looks like they have some sales and stuff too. So they've got, okay, wow, a lot of this stuff is on clearance. Wow. So yeah, Gutermann thread, a lot of this stuff is currently on sale. That's very nice. They've got pretty reasonable prices too. So if you do want to shop here, handicraft.com. Also, you can find my affiliate link in the description box. I just put it in the chat. And those are reputable, well-known brands within the sewing and quilting community. So again, I am an affiliate, but again, not sponsored or anything. I was like, that's cool. So yeah, now you can purchase. It seems to be kind of a new website that they set up. And maybe, I wonder if they did that because JOANN's is phasing out brands like that. Like, they're probably like, holy crap. You know, JOANN's was probably a fairly large part of their business. They're probably looking for other ways to sell their products, other channels, retail channels. So they're probably like, hey, let's just sell this ourselves. So, hey, cool. So good for handicraft.com. So if you want to shop directly with those brands, you can. Free shipping on $35. A pretty good deal overall, I think. I don't know. I miss the days when they carried real kente cloth. Oh, yeah, I know, real fabric, right? Real silk charmeuse cotton organza with Zeus lining and hand-painted silk. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, Joanne, check it out. Yeah, my link is in the chat here. It is affiliate, but again, yeah, they sell Dritz, Omnigrid, Prym, Gutermann, and Lana Grossa. So, I mean, really nice. It's a legit website, and you can order directly from all those brands all in one place, so kind of a one-stop shop. Yeah, their thread sale is pretty good. So if you're looking for some Gutermann thread, that looks pretty promising in my opinion. Also want to let you guys know there's something cool coming out. I'm probably going to buy this book to see what it's like. But friend of the show, Craig Conover from Southern Charm, who owns the brand Sewing Down South, he shared this on his Instagram, and I thought this looked pretty cool. All right, so I want to show you this because this looks like, I think this would be a good resource book. It's a new version. All right, sorry, I gotta switch my tab. It's gonna be a new version of the Sewing for Dummies book. Yeah, I was like, that looks pretty fun. So it's from the Learning Made Easy series, and Craig wrote the foreword for this book, so I think that looks pretty cool. Sewing for Dummies, I know, master sewing from pattern to finished project, alter, repair, upcycle thrifted apparel. So that seems like kind of a new thing. This is the 4th edition, so there have been previous versions of the book. They've come out with a new one. So for your home, kids, pets, and the kid in you, I wonder if there's going to be photos in here. So it's written by Jan Saunders Marish, but forward written by Craig Conover. So that's kind of exciting. I think the altering, upcycling, and repairing section looks kind of cool. And that is targeting a lot of the, that's very popular among the Gen Z consumers. That seems cool. And Craig is an author, lawyer, CCO, and co-founder of Sewing Down South. He's also on Bravo's Southern Charm, seasons 1 through 10. So that looks like a really cool book. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to pick up a copy just to see what it's like. I have a link in the description box if you can pre-order it now if you'd like to get it. I think it officially comes out Wednesday, November 13th. I think that's when it's going to officially be released. But yeah, I think it looks like a pretty cool book. And here is sort of what it, here's kind of the topics they'll cover here. All right, so it's, this is from the back cover. It's going to be a fun and understandable guide to sewing. Looking for an easy to understand resource that will show you how to get started with hand and machine sewing. In Sewing for Dummies, best-selling author Jan Marish walks you through basic hand stitches and sewing machine operation with easy-to-follow instructions to guide you every step of the way. You'll learn to create and repair clothing, plus you'll discover how to upgrade and transform thrifted finds into something new and all you. If you're ready to improve your sewing skills or start a fun and challenging new hobby, you found the perfect book. I mean, that sounds like a really good kind of basic resource there. All right, you will master basic hand and machine stitches, learn essential sewing techniques, choose perfect patterns, create your own garments, repair rips, tears, and holes, explore the latest sewing trends, upcycle your thrifted finds, and find online sewing resources. Very cool. Jan Saunders Marish is a nationally recognized sewing authority, educator, and journalist. She has worked as the education director for the White Sewing Machine Company and the director of consumer education for she's worked as the director of consumer education for JOANN Fabrics and Crafts. She is the best-selling author of 19 books covering the many aspects of sewing and instruction. So yeah, you can pre-order the book. It looks like it's coming out in a little over a month, but that looks like a nice resource. I would probably pick it up just to see what's in it, see if I recommend it. But yeah, kudos to Craig. Shout out to Craig. By the way, I have an old interview with Craig from a few years ago. I think he did it in 2019. He was super nice. We had a great conversation. It is on the main Sewing Report channel. If you search for Craig Conover Sewing Report, you can watch our conversation. He was one of the nicest people I've ever talked to. Very humble, very nice guy, and it's very cool that he wrote the foreword to Sewing for Dummies. All right, Denise, yes, I'm so excited about the website. Seems like I shouldn't be giddy over something like that, but I am. Yeah, it looks like a really nice, and they had some really nice looking stuff on there. And the free shipping over $35 is pretty, you know, I mean, that's a pretty low threshold. So I like that quite a bit. All right, we've got Debbie in the house. Hi, I'm late, but here. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing good. If you're joining in late, welcome. We just went over some of Joann's latest things. They are heavily promoting a sales event called Fleecetastic, and they also released their annual impact report. And by the way, you can sort of like go back on this live stream if you want to watch it from the beginning. You can, like, you don't have to just watch it live. It's sort of like a DVR, so you can click back, you can watch it from the beginning. You can just be a little bit behind. Another thing you can do, you can also watch YouTube videos on different speeds. So if you feel like I talk too fast or too slow, you can actually customize your viewing experience here on YouTube. I watch a lot of videos at 1.25 speed. I talk fast sometimes, so sometimes not. But you can watch it on 0.75 speed, regular normal speed, 1.25, 1.5, 2x speed. So if you want to get through things faster or slower, you have those options. All right, welcome, Lisa. Welcome. You are not late. You are right on time. You are right on time. You are right on time. You know, I'm going to be honest. I could do KDRAMA Corner this week. I haven't really made it through. I didn't finish the show, though. So I was kind of wrapped up in all the hurricane stuff and whatnot. And I didn't really get a chance to watch much of My Sweet Mobster. But I am still I'm still plugging away on this show. I got kind of sidetracked by some other things here. Let me show you what I'm currently watching. What I'm currently doing here. Yes, I am still watching My Sweet Mobster. That is on the Viki streaming service. I'm on episode 12, so I've got like 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got about 4 episodes after this. I still like the show. This show, it's very wacky. It's a very outlandish, wacky show. It's a romantic comedy, but very heavy on the comedy, which I actually like. And it's basically about a guy who used to be a mobster or like a gang leader. And now he is the CEO of a meat processing company. And his love interest is a woman who is a children's content creator. So she was kind of a YouTuber who did like kids content, and they get intertwined, and like it kind of ends up like she ends up like I don't know, light spoilers ahead. So if you don't want the spoilers, you may want to skip ahead. But they end up living in the same house with a bunch of other guys who work for him. I'm enjoying the show. You really have to suspend reality for this one though, because none of this stuff could actually happen in the real world. That's okay. Sometimes we enjoy kind of a form of escapism. This show is definitely high on the hijinks. It puts the K in the K-drama. And yeah, it's pretty... I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying the show. It's super wacky. It's got some intrigue, but not like too much. Basically every cliche from Korean dramas is in this show. They do not skip it. They pretty much have all of them. But it's fun. I like the actors. I will say, if you're looking for, a lot of people are going crazy for the main the main male character. So, if he's your type, you'd probably really enjoy this. People are just going insane in the comments, for this actor. What's his name again? Tae-gu. I've never seen him before this show. But people are just going nuts for this one. Like, they love, like, people are really liking this guy on this show. Again, he hasn't been in he has not been in a lot of stuff, but he is a very popular, he's 40. I think he's single, too. I think he's single. And the thing I do find the one thing that is kind of annoying me about this show, there's a couple good things, I will say. So, this show, I like that the main female, of course, she has like a best friend. I like that the female lead's best friend is not annoying. That's pretty common in the K-dramas, is that the lead female will have a best friend that's just really obnoxious or really annoying, and like ends up like ruining things or like messing things up between the love interests or something like that. And this show does, at least her friend is like, you know, a cool chick. She's not annoying. She's pretty easy to get along with. She's not meddling in the relationship. She's a cool person. So I at least appreciate that they did not make the second female lead just irritating and like frustrating to watch. Oh, and by the way, my last week's stream did get a copyright claim by playing a few clips of the Marriage Not Dating show. So the stream got demonetized for me like kind of playing and reacting to like a few short clips. I did have to remove them. I hope that didn't mess up the monetization too much. But I guess I learned the hard way. You cannot react to any Korean drama clips because the TV network, I got the hammer. So the live stream definitely, it was like briefly demonetized afterwards. I got a notice real quickly. So I was like, okay, I guess I can't do that. So yes, I did get, I didn't get a copyright strike, but I did get a copyright claim. So I had to remove, like, they're like, if you remove the content, you're okay. But I don't know. I'm like, did I miss out on any like monetization because of that? I have no idea. But I had to remove that real quickly. So if you're watching last week's stream, there's a few parts that like we'll just skip over because I had to remove sections of the stream in order to remove the copyright claim. So I was like, okay, whatever. You know, you don't really want to mess too much with the copyright stuff. The other thing about this show that I do find kind of I understand that this is an unrealistic show, but the thing that I am finding a little bit like it's starting to get a little bit, tiny bit annoying is that, all right, so in this show, this guy, the character this guy plays is supposed to be a 36-year-old. So even though the actor is 36, or even though the actor is 40, his character is supposed to be 36. And I'm supposed to believe that this guy has zero experience with women. Zero, and by zero, I mean absolutely zero experience with women. I guess he's never been on a date before, never been married, no kids. Yeah. And by zero experience with women, I literally mean zero experience with women. And I do find that, I find that a little bit hard to believe. I'm like, he's an ex-con, he's like an ex-criminal. He's 36 and he's had absolutely no, and I mean no, experience with women. Come on. I mean, look at this guy. Come on. I'm supposed to believe that guy as absolutely zero experience with women. And his character, now that they're getting to the romance part, his character is beyond socially awkward. And I'm like, and that's some of the commenters are really, and that does seem a little almost too beyond unrealistic, that this guy is 36. He's obviously his character's 36, very attractive, wealthy. And I'm supposed to believe that he is like next level socially awkward. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. So that's that part of like, I don't know. So a lot of the real-time commenters are kind of like, yeah, I don't really buy that. And I don't really buy that either. Like, come on. Like, really? I'm supposed to believe this guy here has absolutely no experience with women. No dates, no, whatever. No nothing. Like, I don't know. So, what do you think? Do you think that is believable? I really don't. I don't find it believable. So I'm like, yeah, literally, I was getting like major, and this is like even beyond the 40-Year-Old Virgin movie. Like I don't remember much about the movie. I did see it back in the day. Literally, this guy, who's a very attractive Korean man who's the CEO of a company. So this would be like you finding out that like, I'm trying to think of like a celebrity here. It would be like you finding out that Brad Pitt was a virgin. I'm like, come on, man. Or like Leonardo DiCaprio was like, had never been with a woman. I'm like, come on, man. So that's where I'm like, yeah. Like like the premise in the show is that he's literally like a 36-year-old, like virgin everything. Not just like that kind of virgin, but like, he's never, like the girl in this show is supposed to be like, the first time he's ever, like, interacted with a woman. Like, I'm not joking. He's a hardcore criminal. Hardcore ex-criminal. But he has, no dating experience. I'm like, really? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm so glad we've got someone else that has watched okay, yes, Renee. I'm very glad. This show so far, don't tell me how it ends, but I will ask you, did you enjoy the ending? I haven't seen it yet. Yes, the My Sweet Mobster, it is really fun. It's a fun watch. I just don't buy that this dude is 36 with no dating experience. I just find that, like, Renee, did you also find that aspect a little bit, like a little bit too hard to believe? Like, some of the other stuff, you're like, okay. The gangs are called the Bulldogs and the Kitties. That's also beyond, reality. But okay, you can sort of suspend reality for some things, but that aspect, you're like, I don't know. I just have a hard time. Yeah, he's an ex-gangster. He looks like that. He's 36. He's definitely wealthy. Lives in a mansion. Owns his own company. Ex-criminal. And he has zero dating experience. Like, and the other characters in the show make fun of him for that. And the social awkwardness of the character was, you're like, this is like so beyond real. Like, it's just, they almost take that aspect a little too far. That's the one thing where I'm like, really, man? Like, I feel like he would be a little smoother than he is in the show. That's all. Okay, well, I'm glad you like the ending. Yeah, he's an ex-gangster, and he has he just no dating experience whatsoever. I'm like, I just find that hard to believe. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was like, I really thought I wouldn't have an issue playing like a few short clips from Marriage Not Dating. Apparently, that is not the case. So, yeah, and that's why I thought that would be like kind of low risk, but apparently not. I guess TVN, who owns the distribution rights to that show, does not want anyone reacting to the clip. So I was like, okay, whatever. Could I have written an appeal and said I was, made an argument for fair use? Possibly. It's just not really worth it to me. And it's not like it's not an integral part of the show. So I just took it out. So, whatnot. Yeah, suspension of disbelief. I'm all right. So, Renee, another thing I want to ask you is that I have seen the lead actress in other projects. She did not look like, I felt like they made her look so different than I've seen her in previous work. I also am convinced this woman has gotten a lot of like fillers in her face or something. Her face looks so much round, like her face just looks so much different shape-wise than it did like 10 years ago. So I'm kind of convinced that the actress Han Sun-hwa, I'm pretty convinced. I think she's had some filler work done or something. She just looks so different than she did in the 2014 show Marriage Not Dating. It's like not even close. It's not even close. So I am enjoying the show. It is a little bit silly, you know, but it's cool. You know, it's something to watch, I guess. It's something to watch. All right, we'll put this back on here. So yeah, My Sweet Mobster on Viki, linked in the description box. And yes, this is the lead. So here's what I'm talking about. Like, look at the difference. Okay, so this is what she looks like on, this is what she looked like 10 years ago. Like, this doesn't even look like the same person. Like, do you think it does not look like, in my opinion, she doesn't even look like, she doesn't even look remotely like the same person from this older headshot to like, she looks like this in the TV show. And I did not even realize it was the same person. It was that drastic. It was just that drastic. It was just that. Another thing I do like about My Sweet Mobster is that I think they're going to have, like, I like when shows have, like, multiple couples forming. I think this one is going to end up having 4 couples instead of just, like, 1. So I think that's actually pretty cool. I'm kind of excited to see where they go with that. There's at least going to be 3 couples. There's going to be at least, I think at least 3 couples, potentially 4. So am I right, Renee? Am I kind of getting warm on that? Like, because I like that there's going to be more than just the 2 main couples. I can see a 3rd and 4th possible ship going on there with this show. So I'm enjoying it. Okay, you're not going to tell me. Oh, man. Okay. You're not going to tell me anything. Well, I'm glad there's at least someone else out there with a that has Viki or knows what Viki is. All right. I'm hoping for 4 couples. I think there might be 4. So hopefully by next week I will have finished the show so I can give it like a full rating. So far, I would give the show an 8.5 or a 9. I like it. It's very enjoyable. The only part that I'm like rolling my eyes at is the fact that I'm supposed to believe that the main male character is like a 36-year-old virgin. I'm like, yeah, no way. Like, no, there's just no way. I just don't believe that, like, for a second. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you are in an area that has been affected by the hurricane, my thoughts are with you. I hope everyone is staying safe. Like, it's been a pretty, oh, and I've got a story for you. I've got a quick, like, hurricane type story. So, all right. So my neighborhood was, like, totally fine. We really didn't get any real, like, damage or anything like that. We got some kind of heavy rain and some wind, but the wind wasn't even super strong. So the problem with this hurricane has been the storm surge. Hurricane Helene has been a very large, like, hurricane in terms of, like, you know, just how, like, wide it is. So I initially, after it was over, I was like, okay, really, maybe this was kind of overblown. I don't know. Like, it really didn't seem that bad as to, like, what people were predicting. Now, I was not in the hurricane path, like, whatsoever. It kind of went up through the Big Bend area, which is, like, in the Panhandle, not anywhere close to where I live. And initially, I was like, okay, so our area really didn't get it too bad. I was wrong. A lot of neighborhoods, even in my area, were heavily impacted because of the storm surge. The storm surge was really bad. So if you were anywhere close to the water, there were a lot of neighborhoods that got totally flooded out. So there are a lot of people, even like a few miles away from where I am, that lost their homes completely. Which is so stark because there's, like, my neighborhood, which, like, didn't really get anything. And then a couple miles away, people are losing their homes. Like, I saw some crazy looking video and photos, you know, just, you know, up the road, which was kind of nuts. My husband actually does know someone that like totally lost their house. There were even a few homes in our area that caught fire. Like they not only got flooded, but they also somehow burned down, which is kind of crazy because you're like, how does a house simultaneously flood and burn down like massive fire? It's apparently possible because I've seen several videos where the house not only was like massive flooding, but also massive fire at the same time, which is just absolutely insane. But I was checking out, there's like a local Facebook group for people within my community. And I was checking out the Facebook group because people were sharing like videos and photos and whatnot. And I just got to talk about this because I'm kind of in disbelief about this one particular thing I heard about. Yes, I did see okay, so yeah, and actually I can bring this up because this is from Tampa General Hospital, so I don't think let me see if I can bring this up because this is pretty interesting. And actually I do have a lot of experience personally with Tampa General Hospital. So my stepfather passed away a few years ago. But he was at Tampa. Most of his medical care was at Tampa General Hospital. So my mom and I, and like my husband and our whole family, we spent a lot of time at this particular hospital because he spent like the last few months of his life, he was at that hospital for like about 2 months, like without leaving. So for about 2 months, he was in like the on like I forgot what the like that particular branch is called. So we were at that hospital a lot. I went there frequently. But Tampa General Hospital has something called an aqua fence outside that like protected it from the storm surge, which was pretty interesting to see. So let me see if I can bring this up. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, here is the video. And I should be able to play this because Tampa General, you know, it's like I don't think I'll have too much issues with this. Let me bring this up here. Okay. All right, so I should be able to bring this up. So this is their aqua fence, and this is all around the outside of... So the Tampa General Hospital is sort of on, like, Davis Islands, which is, like, a very, like, it's kind of downtown, not really, but it's sort of on an island, and it's, like, on the water. So the hospital's... So this is their aqua fence here. And this protected... Yeah, so look, I mean, that's pretty crazy, but really interesting technology. So this was the area around the hospital in, like, Davis Islands. All right, and I'll see if I can bring up some other stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I hope they're probably going to sell a lot of those aqua fences because, I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy like the technology. I mean, it's probably very expensive. But here, I'll show you. Here's some pictures. Yeah, I was at this hospital a lot because of my stepdad. Okay, so here is the... Yeah, so here you can see it. Yeah, pretty... I mean, this is pretty nuts, you know? But pretty interesting stuff, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much these aqua fences are, but, I mean, it was pretty... You know, and the hospital also, because they know they're, from what I understand, that hospital has like a lot of, they're pretty hurricane proof, if I use that term. They've got like all this backup power. They've got lots of stuff because a lot of people, like if power went out at Tampa General Hospital, they'd be pretty bad. I'll just say that. So they have all of these, like, they have a lot of contingency plans, backup power. So Tampa General Hospital could withstand a lot of, you know, a pretty strong storm just because they've got, that, you know, they just have the infrastructure. The hospital was built well. But yeah, my stepdad was at that hospital for like that. So my stepdad had he had a lung transplant. Unfortunately, it didn't go very well, but he did have a lung transplant there. Like the level of technology and resources that hospital has is pretty impressive. It's a very impressive medical facility. I'll just say that for sure. Yeah. Oh, but I want to tell you guys a story because I saw this on our neighborhood Facebook group, and I was just like, I want to hear what you guys think. Okay, so there were some people in my area that were going out with boats to like rescue people who couldn't get out of their homes. The storm surge in some areas was very high. And so there were people going out and saying, hey, do you know of anyone that needs to be rescued? I'm in this area. I've got a boat, or I've got like a cot, you know, whatever. I can go out and get some people if they need to be rescued. So apparently on one of these posts, somebody posted something like, I guess they posted, so here's apparently what happened. Apparently that post has been like taken down or people couldn't find it. So somebody had said, can somebody go get my 3 dogs and cat? I had to leave them behind. So I had to leave them behind because my mother-in-law doesn't like dogs. And so this pet owner was going to their mother-in-law. I guess obviously it was like a woman and her husband, I guess, left their home that got flooded out to go to the mother-in-law's house. And the mother-in-law would not let them bring their 3 dogs and cat. So they were asking people if anyone could check on their animals. And it sounded like they had one of those like Ring cameras or like pet cameras. So they had shared a photo of, so it looked like they could like see what the pet, like they could see that the waters are rising. There was, and apparently in the photo, which I have not seen the photo, but a lot of people had said they'd seen it, there was a photo of a little dog floating on a dog bed in rising floodwaters because these people had left their 4 pets behind because the mother-in-law wouldn't let them bring their pets because they don't like dogs. I'm like, I don't even know where to start with that. So another woman ended up finding the animals and rescuing them. So somebody else had gone. So this other woman struggled through 4-foot-high floodwater to rescue 4 pets that weren't even hers because the original pet owners left them behind. They left them behind. So this woman who rescued the pets posted a photo and a video of the animals. All right, so I was kind of thinking, I was wondering, I was like, are they like huge dogs? No. Okay, so they were all small. They were 3 small dogs and like a regular sized cat. And I saw the dogs and I was like, there's no reason why they couldn't have taken the pets with them. I'm sorry, screw the mother-in-law. Or like, why didn't you go to a hotel? Like, I can understand some situations where there's no way you would be able to bring your animals and it would be a very, very tough decision. In my opinion, this was not one of those situations. We had days. My area had days to prepare for this storm. You know, days in advance whether it might come into your area, and you have time to prepare. The other thing I'd also like to point out is that it's not like the entire state of Florida is going to be underwater. You could drive like 30 minutes away and they would have been fine. They could have gone to a hotel, a pet-friendly hotel. There are plenty of shelters, and shelters do allow pets. Also, the mother-in-law is also an asshole in this situation. This is an emergency situation. You're going to let your daughter or son or whatever leave behind their 3 dogs and a cat because you don't like dogs? And it's like, this is an emergency, lady. I saw the photo in the video of the dogs. All right, this is what kind of dogs. All right, there was a French bulldog. I'm not joking. And it was a female French bulldog. And it kind of looked like maybe she'd had some litters because you could definitely see like her nipples on the stomach. So this was definitely a female. It was a female French bulldog. Do you know how many people want a French? I mean, the other thing, this pet owner, they could have like maybe tried to find like a friend or somebody else, maybe paid somebody to like pay a boarding facility for a few days. Like, they had so many other options than leave these dogs and a cat in a home that's gonna freaking flood. Leave them behind to die? Okay, so it's a French bulldog, a very cute female French bulldog. Some sort of like gray cat, a pug. So again, small dog, and then in the front seat, it looked like it was either a dog, I don't know, it was another smallish dog. This dog looked like it was either a dachshund or a beagle. I think it was probably a beagle, but it was a small beagle. So, okay, I'm like, this lady left behind a cat, a French bulldog that people will pay like $3,000 for. Not that the money is the thing, but like, I feel like this lady could have at least found somebody that would take in the French bulldog, a pug, another dog that people love, a beagle, and a cat. I just have no words. Like, again, I understand there are some situations where, as a last resort, very, very, unpredictable situation, you might not be able to take your animals. I just don't think this is one of them. I think this pet owner had plenty of options. There are so many people that would have offered to take in those animals for a couple days while you figure shit out. Also, the mother-in-law sucks. Mother-in-law totally sucks. But the pet owner, I don't think should be let off the hook. And a lot of people, when the woman who rescued these animals posted and said, hey, I went and got these animals, there was 4 feet of water in that house, and I got the 4 feet of water. These are small, like, these dogs are like less than a foot tall. Like, they didn't stand a chance in that house if they left there. The lady who posted also said, and everybody in the comments was like, I don't think you should return these pets to the owner. Like, if they're going to be that callous about leaving them behind, most of the comments were, for most of the comments, the consensus was, do not give these pets back to the owner. They shouldn't get them back. I was just like, this is crazy. So that was one of like the stories I was looking at, and I was like, you're going to leave behind your 3 dogs and a cat because your mother-in-law doesn't like dogs, and you can't think of any other options for your dogs and the cat. So you freaking leave them behind. You leave them behind. I don't know. Like, I was just like, I don't even know what to think about this. What do you think about this? Like, and I just want to reiterate too, again, when a hurricane comes, you get at least 3 to 4 days of warning. She could have made other arrangements. In that situation, I bet a lot of people would have offered to watch those animals for free. I would. Like, if someone said, hey, I have no other options, can you watch my cat for a few days? My house is, whatever. I would, Even my husband would, and my husband does not want a dog. But if one of his friends or somebody we know was in a really tough situation, I feel like he would take the dog for a few days. Especially if the other option is they die. Nobody wants, but I was like, they left, But I was just like, they left behind what looks like 3 purebred, like very desirable dog. Like, again, they could have found another home for those animals. If they were going to leave them behind to die or rehome them, I would say rehoming would be like the less terrible option at that point. Rehome your pets, leave them to die, like, and again, it's not like it's not like the entire state is affected. Most other areas in Florida are okay. So, like, again, my house got nothing. I was just floored that this person chose to leave their 3 dogs and cat behind to die in a home that flooded. And they were very close to death because the floodwaters were already 4 feet when that wonderful person went to rescue these animals. I'm just like, oh, geez. All right, let's check out some of the comments here. Okay, so you're talking about the aqua. It looks like the fence is $300 to $700 per square foot. Yeah, I can imagine why it's pretty expensive, yeah. All right, it's a shame when family can't step up in times of emergency. It's like, I'm sorry, mother-in-law, but even if you don't like dogs, like, this is like a legitimate emergency, and you won't, you know, you're okay with all of these animals dying than, you know, them being in your home. I don't know. Just crazy. Yeah, exactly. Like, if there was some catastrophic event, like, I feel like people would have a little, like, there would have been someone that would have taken in those animals. There would have been, like, and this person had days to prepare. You know, I don't think that's a person that should have pets. I actually do hope that the woman who rescued those pets does not give them back. Does not give them back, you know. Yeah, exactly. You need to, and I also want to stress, shelters here allow pets. You can bring your pets to shelters. There are no, yeah, so it's not like one of those, like, do I leave my pet behind on the Titanic or get him into a lifeboat? There are a lot of options. And again, they could have gone to, you know, if the mother-in-law really was like, no, they could have gone to a hotel. They could have tried to board the pets. There are plenty of pet boarding facilities. They could pay a couple $100, save the pets. Are they too cheap for that? I don't know. Like, I just read that story and I was like, is this real? This can't be real, but it was real. The lady that risked her life for those pets is amazing. Yeah, the owners who left them behind are at best questionable. Yeah, like at first I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but the more I think about it, like, it kind of falls apart. Like, they had other options, you know. Yeah, there was some lady, she went and she rescued all of the, like, in 4 feet of water. But I can't believe the pet owner, like, again, they must have had some sort of pet camera where they could, like, monitor on their phone or something. And they actually posted a photo of literally a floating dog bed with a dog in it. Like, and everyone's like, what the freak? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Denise says, I thought the story was going to be something like, I had to leave my pets behind because I had to move my alley mother-in-law. No, the mother-in-law was just apparently she's just heartless, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I could not believe that when I read that. And I'm going to be looking for updates in the Facebook group to see, like, what this person, I really hope that the woman who rescued the animals does not give them back. Yeah. The types of dogs that can barely breathe on a good day. Yeah, let alone in floodwaters. Yeah. French Bulldog, Pug, I think it was a Beagle. It was either a Beagle or a Dachshund. It was kind of hard to see because that dog was, like, in the front seat. And the photo was taken from, like, out of the back of the trunk of a car. Yeah, like, I don't think any of those animals would have been able to swim very well. Let's be real. Yeah. Yeah, I really hope that that woman who has the animals, or did, I hope she gives them to somebody else, does something else. Yeah, and I'm sorry, but to the pet owner, there's really not a lot of excuses for you because you had time to plan. There are a lot of options. There are a lot of you had a lot of options. And it's not like this popped up suddenly. Like, it's not like this happened all of a sudden and you had no choice. They had choices. Yeah, I will say people in this Facebook group, they were like, everyone was really pissed about it. Everyone was really pissed. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like when the mother-in-law said leave the kids behind because it's like, yeah, I don't know. None of the people involved like that left the pet owner and the mother-in-law, they all sound kind of like crappy people. I'm sorry. They do. Yeah, the trauma those little guys must have suffered, they won't forget that. The rescuer she should get to keep them or decide where they go. But I don't think, actually, without bringing up the Facebook thing, I'm going to look real quick. I'm going to look real quick in the Facebook group to see if anybody, to see if there's any update. I'm just like, I just can't believe it, you know? It's just wild. But like, what would you do? Okay, so if you have pets, there's some emergency, you have to leave your house. You're going to stay with your mother-in-law, but your mother-in-law said no pets. What would you do? What would you do? I could not believe that. Could not believe that. I just don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? Like, that's just wild. It's just wild. All right. I'm going to look at the Facebook group, kind of not on screen, but I'm going to look to see if anyone, all right. All right, I'm going to look to see if anybody posted an update in there. Hold on a second. All right, I'm not going to share the screen because it's going to have like personal info and stuff. But I really want to see if anyone posted an update on what happened to those pets. So bear with me for a second. I'm just going to check real quick. Yeah, like this Facebook group is like total chaos right now. It's just like there are a lot of good Samaritans in there that are helping each other out, but it is a little bit like chaotic right now. Hey Debbie, welcome from New York. Hope you're doing well this evening. Yeah, I don't know, like what do you do like for the people who leave their animals behind? Like what do you know, I don't know. Pets would have to go with me. No way would I leave them behind. Don't have a mother-in-law. All right, there we go. That makes things a little easier sometimes, right? All right. Yeah, I just want to see what... I want to see if that lady posted an update on the pets. Yeah, she was a complete angel. She went and she rescued 4 animals. She rescued 4 animals from 4 foot high floodwaters. Yeah, I was just like, that's just crazy. And everyone in the Facebook group was worried about, like, a lot of people were wondering what happened with those pets. So they were, like, asking for updates and stuff. I just want to see if that person posted again. The person who rescued the dogs and the cat. They were super cute, too. Like, just adorable little pets. And, like, who leaves a French bulldog? I'm just like, who leaves a French bulldog? All right, let's see here. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I went into the Facebook group. Okay. Okay, all right. I found the lady. I'm just going to see if she posted anything else. All right, all right, not really any new updates. Okay. But yeah, just crazy. I mean, just insane. Yeah, I'm not going to show you guys the post or anything, because again, it's, you know, it's like kind of a private Facebook group, so, but it's just crazy. All right, one thing I hate about hurricanes is that a lot of employers will wait to almost the last minute to close. I will say that's really not an issue in my area. If anything, I think our area tends to be very overly cautious, and they'll close things at the drop of a hat. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess if they are, I think that's terrible. I will say my area, though, it seems to be pretty good about, like, taking things, like, almost too seriously and being overly cautious about closing things. All right, if I had a mother-in-law and she said no pets, I would not go to her house. Yeah, I'd probably do the same, Lisa. And I only have the rabbit. I'd probably do the same. But my mom, I know my mom or my in-laws would let us take our rabbit, so that would not be a problem. I would like to hear an explanation from the owner about the decision-making and what would she do it differently now. Like, I'm wondering if they, like, remove their comments, so they were probably getting, like, lit up or something. But, yeah, they probably can't ever show their face in that Facebook group again. I'll just say, they're probably gonna be, not participating anymore, because I'm sure people will remember them. They're probably not gonna be posting very much in there from here on out. Because people were very upset in the Facebook group. Yeah. Very upset. I worked in retail. They would keep these stores open no matter what. Oh boy. Yeah, like, are you in Florida or are you elsewhere? Because here, like, I feel like that it's a little bit different. Like, they will close with enough time. Like here, the worst of what we got was Thursday evening, and everything was closed Thursday all day. So there was, like, nothing open Thursday. So that's, and like, we missed trash pickup because our usual day is Thursday. Kind of a bummer because we do have a pretty full trash can and recycling, but hey, it is what it is. Oh my gosh, Stacy, I hope you're okay. Oh my gosh. I'm a few hours away from Asheville, North Carolina. We had about 7 inches of rain here. Oh, boy. My wood's flooded, and it's a wet, soggy mess around here. We never lost power here. All right, so the stuff happening in North Carolina is just unprecedented. Like, the people that are getting flooded out in North Carolina, it's probably never really flooded there before. Not to that magnitude. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Okay. Oh, okay, Lakeland, yeah. I don't know, maybe it's different there. I don't know. Like, I'm in a different area, but yeah, I've just noticed things will close pretty well in advance of, like, when they think things are going down. Like, again, it hit our area probably, like, you know, again, the worst of it was probably, like, you know, it was after, like, 8 p.m. on Thursday, and nothing was open Thursday during the day, pretty much. So that was kind of our deal. But the problem with our area ended up being the storm surge and not necessarily like the wind or even like the rain. It was just the storm surge. So if you were in a low-lying area, you ended up getting really, you know, effed. But if you were, like, again, I guess I'm at, like, kind of a higher elevation, so it we really didn't, again, my house didn't really get anything. So we were very fortunate. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Denise, I gotta do more with that. It's now called Thread Loop. They had to change the name due to the copyright, or due to, like, the trademark dispute. So I haven't really been in it much lately, but I follow them on Instagram, and there have been, like, a bunch of new updates they've been doing, and they're adding new features. It looks super cool. Try it out. And I think it's now not in beta anymore. I think you can just sign up without having to be, like, invited. into the beta. So I think you can just like go there now. So it's now called Thread Loop. I think it's like all one word. Let me check it out. Okay, threadloop.app. Here, I'll put it in the chat here. So I think now you can just like create, I think now you can just create an account here. Here we go. All right, so you should be, check that out, Denise. But yeah, they're adding some really neat features, and I need to get back in there and start like adding more stuff in there because it looks really neat. All right, Joanne says, I'm sure there were rescue centers for animals nearby that would have taken them to. Like, there are a lot of options. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and like, if you got a French bulldog, it definitely looked like a purebred. It was absolutely a purebred French bulldog. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah. It could have been a rescue, possibly. But I have a friend who work with a French Bulldog Rescue Network or whatever. And the rehoming fees for French Bulldogs are pretty high. So even if you get a rescue French Bulldog, it's not cheap. Because the rehoming fees, they charge a lot because they want to make sure that these dogs are going to a good home. Plus, these dogs already, I know they are susceptible to a lot of health issues. So if you are getting a French Bulldog, you also need to have the resources to pay for all of their medical care, which is usually pretty high. So the fact they had a French Bulldog, what looked like a purebred pug, and also what looked like a purebred, either a Dachshund or a Beagle, I think it was a Beagle, I feel like you could shell out like a couple $100 for like a boarding kennel or a hotel room that allowed dogs and cats. I'll just say that. Plus, they're small animals. It's not like they had like a husky or like a German shepherd or something huge. These were all very small like dogs. So I was just like, that's crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, all right, Jenny's here. Hello, Jenny. 12 minutes behind. It sounds like the pet owner would have no problem deleting someone as a matter of convenience if they thought they could get away with it. Leaving your 4 animals behind to die in floodwaters, like, that's just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm in disbelief somebody would actually do that in a situation that was, like, not even that critical. Like, again, our area was not in the direct path of the hurricane at all. They had time to prepare. If they, not to get all judgy, but if they had a French Bulldog, I'm going to assume, yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Yeah. I just cannot believe that somebody would leave those 4 animals behind. And then a total stranger rescued them. So a total stranger is willing to rescue them. And the pet owner can't even be bothered to make arrangements for them while they go to the mother-in-law's house. I don't know. I can't think of I just can't think of a lot of excuses for the situation. I really can't. Don't even know. I don't even know. But yeah, let us know in the chat or in the comments if you're watching in the replay. What do you think about this pet situation? What would you have done? And also, like, I feel like this person did have options. Like, and there's probably options I can't even think of, but I feel like that wasn't their only option. I don't know. Just saying. I don't have... I really hope that person does not get the pets back. Yeah, I'm definitely not saying what group it was in, but it was my local, it's like a local, like kind of private, it's like a closed Facebook group. So that's why I'm not sharing any of the like pictures or personal info, cause it's not like a public, it's not really like a public group, but people were very lit up about it in the comments. And that, yeah. yeah, I don't even know what to say. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this show, found it helpful. We've went over all the latest with JOANN's, shared some hurricane stories. I hope everyone's doing okay. Stay safe out there. Man, it is a crazy world out there, for sure. And just another quick shout out to, all right, if I can get this up here. Again, we'll be back here next week. Again, same time, same place, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Sewing Report Live, where we go over the latest in the sewing and craft world. You can also check out the Sewing Report Etsy shop for your fabric and sewing supplies needs, and you can find that at sewingreport.etsy.com. I appreciate you guys have been ordering up quite a bit in the past few days. Again, I have had some mail issues, so hopefully tomorrow they actually come pick up the mail. It's been a little bit spotty, but I understand. Sewingreport.etsy.com, and they are the Etsy shop is the sponsor of this live stream. Again, I have a lot of new fabrics. You get free shipping on orders over $35, and you also get a 10% discount on everything, even sale items on orders of $60 or more, plus free shipping. Check it out. Lots of new fabric. Lots of new stuff. I got to place another order because we are running low on a few things, but I hope everyone's doing well. Let's turn the music back on. We'll jam for a little bit. We will jam. And on your way out, if you could like the stream, subscribe to Sewing Report Live if you are not already a sub here. I greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. Stay dry, stay safe. Don't get too crazy, and don't leave your pets behind if you're in an emergency situation. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. All right, guys, I will see you again in the next one. Stay good, and remember, whatever you're doing, make it fun.